Welcome to On the Sofa with Helen Moore Property. This is our brand new monthly series where we sit down with local people, businesses and members of the community to have a relaxed conversation about what they do, who they are and what makes our area such a great place to live and work. Of course, we'll be talking property from time to time, but this isn't just about houses, it's about people, local businesses and community connections. And our very first episode, I'm really excited to welcome somebody very special to the Helen Moore Property team, Emma, who joins us officially today. Hello Emma.
Hi Helen, thank you so much.
No problem, we are very excited to have you as part of our team.
As am I, absolutely.
And I'm sure everyone out there is quite surprised who is in our world of estate agency to see you sat with me today. But welcome to Emma. Emma is joining us with a vast amount of experience in estate agency. I feel very honoured and lucky to have her as part of our team. She joins us today and I'm sure Emma would love to tell you all about herself, for people that don't know her, and what she's looking to do with us now she's joined us.
Oh, thank you so much Helen, that was really, really kind. Yeah, so I'm Emma. I've worked in the Plymouth property market for 25 years. Mainly for corporate companies, to be fair, and then a year ago stepped out, went and worked for an independent. A couple of years ago I trained as an asset brick surveyor, which was an amazing insight to the other side of the industry, obviously when people are having valuations and in regards to level 2 home surveys. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to obviously take this huge leap of faith and jump into the unknown and join your team. Really excited.
Well, our team is set up with, we've got our support team, I should call them, shouldn't I? With Julie, Victoria, another Helen, and Sarah. So that's our support team alongside me. And then we've got our partner agents. You obviously going to join us with hopefully specialising in sort of the Plymouth direction.
Absolutely.
Because that is definitely your area of speciality. Yeah. All our agents are self-employed, so they have full flexibility on when you work and how hard you want to work, which knowing Emma as I have a very short period of time got to know her, she sounds very similar to me where she'll just work all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean Emma, what sort of, with your experience in the estate agency, it's around 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah, just over, well, so this will be my 25th year.
Wow, okay.
So, yeah,
wow.
Long time.
And
now
is that
my age?
Is that mainly in residential?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've touched on lettings in the past 12, 18 months, but if I'm honest, my heart absolutely lies in residential sales. That is my true kind of calling. And I honestly think that's probably why I'm sat here right now, is I feel that, the market has evolved, the way in which estate agencies operate has evolved hugely over the past 25 years.
Yeah.
And I looked at this opportunity and just saw it as what I think is a really future-proof model of how the agency is going.
Yeah.
So to me, it was a bit of a no-brainer to come and jump on board with you and be a part of the team.
And we're really pleased. What do you think, stab in the dark question here,
Yeah.
What do you think makes a good estate agent?
In truth, I think so many estate agents chase statistics, and having kind of worked in multiple marketplaces and for different companies throughout my years, the one thing for me is people, and I think that's the biggest difference. I think having empathy, just generally, being able to have life experience, I think that's huge with estate agents. And I think sometimes, especially with, and this is no insult to the younger generation joining the business, I think what I've seen a huge difference, the people coming through the market, they're very target orientated, they're very statistic driven, and I understand it. Running an office costs a lot of money. So actually they do have to go out there, they do have to really kind of fight for that business and do whatever it takes. But I think what actually happens is customer experience falls short. And again, that's something I'm really, really, really passionate about, is making sure that someone's experience is second to none. So moving house, as you well know, is really, really stressful. And actually having that agent that's in your corner who you can trust, you can pick the phone up to, you know, generally you become friends with people, don't you, during that process. And for me, that's what actually makes a great estate agent, not someone that sits in your lounge and tells you everything you want to hear and, hate to say it, highest price, lowest fee. That's not what makes a great estate agent. A great estate agent is someone who has got that life experience, understands what you're going through, and absolutely has genuine empathy. So to me, that's what actually makes a great estate agent.
I have to say as well, is that's one of the reasons why when we sat down and initially chatted, is why I thought you were such a great fit for our team. And I say that, I don't say that lightly. Our team is built on exceptional. And I always say to all of my team members that, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, most estate agents are average, get shouted at now, and I think we're exceptional and we have to strive to be exceptional. And what that exceptional looks like is we have great communication, we care, we'll go beyond the call of duty, whatever that duty is, and we just really want to do a good job and we want to help those people move. So when I sat down with you, how you were talking and your language was totally in sync with what we're trying to achieve here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think probably that was the biggest reason that I've actually made this huge jump, is that navigating some personal experiences over the last 4 years. You know, I hate to say it, going through a divorce, losing a really, really special person. You know, what it made me do is reflect on my outlook on life, and it actually really grounded me, and it made me realise that if someone calls up and says, I need to sell my house because I'm going through a divorce, I suddenly felt it. I felt what they were going through. So you go into that house and you think, actually, I want to put my arms around you and I want to tell you that it's going to be all right and I'm going to guide you through this process. And I think the reason, again, why I'm sat here is because I think I've got the ability now to, I'm not going to say pick and choose who I work with to a degree, but yes, to a degree, I want to kind of make sure that we align with one another. We've got the same goal, which is to kind of get you moved. I want you to know that you can pick the phone up to me, cry, scream, shout, doesn't matter what it is. I want you to know that I'm right there in your corner. And I think that's probably what I've changed the most about myself in the last 4.5 years, is that for me, it's just not about target orientated business. It absolutely is about that individual and their journey. And yeah, I mean, it's funny, I looked at some of my reviews from my historic companies, and again, this is probably part of the path that led me here, which is, you know, my reviews would say, like, Emma felt like a friend. And I was like, oh my God, I had an input into that person's life. You know, there would be things like, she was superb, and I find it really difficult to talk really highly about myself. But when I stepped back and looked at it, I thought, wow, like this is the lasting impression I had on people. And I said it to my friend, like, trust me on this, I know this is a bit of a wild one, but I'm gonna actually go and go self-employed, I'm gonna go with Helen Moore. And she went, thank goodness for that. She said, every time I see something about you, it's like people praising you, and I'm thinking, Emma, go and do it for yourself. And that's, again, another reason, the support that I've had from my friends, my family, what people have said when I've kind of have told them the secret that we've been keeping for a few months. You know, ultimately, it was just so lovely to have that support behind me as well, which is really, really, really important.
Yeah,
definitely, really important.
I can't tell you how I feel about you joining it. I'm excited, but I'm also, as I said, honoured that you would join our team. We've got such a great support team here, and to add another agent in that has got what seems like the same values and goals that I have will only enhance what we can offer now, rather than anything else. And I'm really pleased from today that you're going to be with us, and we're going to be growing what we've already got here and helping people move across the city with, I'm going to say it again, exceptional service.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, when I looked at potentially going self-employed, I looked around and thought, do I go alone? Do I absolutely throw caution to the wind and go alone? Randomly, lots of people kept saying to me, you should think about, you know, going a bit more self-employed. And then when I met you, what I loved about what you do here is that a huge amount of an agent's time is taken up sales progression, admin, What they're not able to do is really go out there and provide that customer experience. So when I looked at it and thought, wow, could I actually do this 100% on my own? So could I go and list the houses, sell the houses, provide quality viewing feedback? Could I then sales progress it whilst putting admin together? And I have to say, I've got 2 children as well on my own, which I looked at it and I thought, actually, a huge amount of an agent's hours are actually at the point of offer through to completion. Yeah. So actually putting a house on the market, valuing the property, doing the photographs, getting it live on Rightmove and Zoopla and all the other property portals, ultimately for me, that's almost the easy part. That's what we do as second nature when you're an estate agent. Yeah. But actually, the team behind you, my biggest fear was not actually working and having human contact. So having your gorgeous office that we're sat in right now, knowing that you've got people around you, knowing that you've got a team behind you of admin, your personalised sales progressor, having you as a sounding board, two really, as far as I'm concerned, 2 really experienced agents. It's really, really, that's what makes the difference between working solely on your own and then someone actually having a great customer experience. Is yes, whilst we are out there on our own and you do get the best of us, the real experience side of it, what you also have the backing of is the support. And without the support, actually businesses would, I'm not going to say fail, because obviously that wouldn't go down well, but they will struggle and they'll get overwhelmed, and that's not great for your customer, actually, your client. Not great at all.
Definitely.
So that's probably the biggest reason why I am sat here today, if I'm honest. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you, Emma, for today, and all of our customers are going to see Emma around the city, and obviously on the phone when you call in. No doubt Emma will be answering the phone now.
Yeah.
We will look forward to seeing you all in our next On the Sofa with Helen Moore Property in a month's time, where our next, our first business, I should say, will be invited in to have a chat about what they do and tell you all about them. Thank you.
Thank you.